Hey guys, I thought I'd show you a fall project I'm about to start. So in early spring of this year, I was looking for a 50-inch deck for either my 318 or my 322. And initially I didn't really find many. And then my friend Mike, or Michael T. JD60, as some of you may know him, he sent me an ad of one that was up for a pretty good deal. So I got in contact with the seller and I went down to his place and I was looking at the deck, and as that was going on, he was like, well, I have the tractor that came off, and I told him I was interested in looking at it. So and the seller's place was really quite interesting. It was basically in the middle of the woods with kind of a trail back to it, and he does like auto body work on the side, so there were just like car parts upon car parts just all over the place. It was really quite cool because there were a lot of like hidden treasures back there, and there were some pretty cool stuff. The story goes on it is that the tractor was a friend of his, and the friend took it to the John Deere dealer to get it fixed. He didn't tell me what was wrong with it or anything, and while it was there, he decided he didn't want to get it fixed anymore, and he sold it to the friend, or in this case the seller, the 50-inch deck. So he got it, and he decided he had too many projects, and basically, you know, I asked him like what he was asking for it, and it was just too good to pass up. You know, I really didn't even intend to buy a tractor that day, but the deal was just too good to pass up, and I came home with it. So it's a 1989 318. It's actually an earlier 1989 model. It's got the 88-year engine in it, Spec B engine. And as you can see, it's a little rough around the edges. It's not the prettiest. It's got the powder coat peeling issues like many of the 88 to 92 models had. And I do have the side panels for it and the grill. They're in my garage. This is exactly how I got it. I haven't really even touched it except putting air in the tires. It came with this side shield off, this heat shield off. I don't know if there was an issue with the starter or whatnot. I'm not sure, but that's how it was when I looked at it at his place. And as you can see from this side, yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what was wrong with it. He did hook a jumper pack up to it, and there were no dash lights or anything, so it's probably going to need at least an ignition switch, if I had to guess. Open the hood up for you. So here it is, P218G. It's an 88 model, Spec B, meaning it's got the breather that comes out of the valve cover versus the block. The battery in this thing's from 2006, so you know, if that's any idea to the last time this thing was serviced, it obviously had been neglected. And yeah, that's basically what's going on with the engine. It's not seized or anything, and turning it over, it seems to have compression, so I think there's a chance it may run. and there's very old gas in it. I mean, very old. It smells absolutely terrible. So the carburetor's most likely going to need to be gone through. I'm sure a lot of it's ran back to the tank, but you know, it'll probably need fuel lines and whatnot, but I got to get a list together. And I do plan to make a video of the initial start, kind of an old start, cold start. I think it'll be neat. And I do have to find some other parts for it. I do believe it had a 3-point hitch at one time. I got the rock shaft, but the cylinder's missing, and I do have the hitch plate, but I do believe it had a hitch. There were markings on the hitch plate. So I do believe it had a 3-point hitch at one time. So I was also really interested in the tires it had on it. These Carlisle True Powers, in pretty good shape. They got a lot of life left in them. That's one of the things that drew me to this tractor. You know, I figure if I can't get it running, at least I got tires and all, and I didn't pay very much money for it. So the seat is kind of rough. Still got the safety switch in there. It's surprising. Some of the throttle's not seized. The throttle cable's not seized. It's gonna need like a light switch. And it does have 784 hours on it. I don't know how well you can make that out. Get the camera to focus. 784. But you know, I guess they cut grass and whatnot with it. And I probably will, if I can get the engine running, I will end up pulling it to clean the shrouds up and all, because they're caked with dirt and stuff. So I'll tear all that down, clean it up, and you know, do a tune-up and whatnot. Whatever it needs, it'll get done. And it does have the belly screen, which is a good sign. You know, a lot of them go missing from the machines I've ran across. At least that's what I've experienced. People will take them off, clean them up, never put them back on, and you know, their flywheel sucks in a lot of crap, and they get built up and starts running hot, burning oil. You know, you get the story. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna paint it or what. It is. I'm very tempted, if I can get it running and mechanically functioning 100%, to maybe paint it. I'm not sure. It depends. But yeah, that's it. That's show you 595. So yeah, it's a pretty early 89 model, as you can see. But yeah, I mean, it's got some slight differences to my 1987 model. You know, the wiring harness is a little bit different with the fuses and some of the grounds. Of course, this is powder coated, and you got the access panel here. 87s don't have that. But yeah, this is it, and hopefully it'll clean up nice. Some of these hydraulic levers are kind of bent, and the inner one is pretty much seized up. Won't go into float or anything, so I'll have to dig into that, see what's going on there. It's gonna need a sight tube. As you can see, that's pretty much rotted, so it's gonna need one of those. It does have what looks to be Type F ATF in it, which I thought that's kind of interesting. I guess, I don't know if they ever changed it or what. Can't see the filler with the belly screen on there. But yeah, this is it. And I do plan to make a video of the first fire, if I can get it to start, kind of as an old start, cold start. And we'll go from there. After that, if I get it running, I'll probably pull the tin off and take it up to the wash, and I'll get all the grease and grime and dirt and whatnot out of the frame rails and everything. So yeah, this is the 1989 through 18, and I used to own an 89. It was a little bit nicer than this one, had higher hours. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with this one. So thanks for watching.